This is the Indus River. Extending from the northwestern foothills of the Himalayas, the river is swelled by tributaries in the Punjab before emptying into the Arabian Sea. For thousands of years, civilizations have depended on the Indus and thrived. But more recently, it's been coming under some intense pressure.
Pakistan will be left high and dry. India plans water offensive.
Tensions are rising in India and Pakistan over Kashmir.
Today, India's water wars.
Pakistan, where there's a water crisis.
India and Pakistan, the two countries that rely most heavily on the Indus, are starting to feel a gross imbalance in their water demand and supply. These two countries need the river to generate electricity, produce food, and provide clean, fresh water to their citizens. In other words, they need it for their survival. But increasing temperatures from global warming are melting the Himalayan glaciers that source the Indus. And that means increasing frequencies of dangerous flooding, reduced and irregular rainfall, and even a seasonal drying up of the river. This will be disastrous, especially for Pakistan, as its economy heavily relies on the agricultural sector.
Developing countries इस game को समझ नहीं सक रही.
This is Davar Butt. He's a policy analyst for Climate Action Pakistan, and he's worried.
कि उनका तो हमारे यहाँ गर्मी इतनी हो जानी है अगले 50 साल में कि आप रह नहीं सकोगे शहरों में. उनके यहाँ क्योंकि वो नॉर्दर्न हेमिस्फेयर में हैं, उनमें गर्मी बढ़ेगी भी, हीट वेव्स वहाँ आएंगे ज़रूर, वहाँ लोग ज़रूर इफेक्ट होंगे, लेकिन वहाँ फॉर एटलीस्ट द नेक्स्ट फॉरसीएबल फ्यूचर एटलीस्ट क्रॉप्स चलते रहेंगे, एटलीस्ट सिटीज़ लिवेबल होंगी. वो इतना एक्सट्रीम नहीं जा रहे हैं.
All current data supports this. Pakistan is currently ranked in the top 10 worst hit countries in the Global Climate Index. And the most generous estimates by the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change project Pakistan's rise in temperature to be over double that of the global average.
पाकिस्तान का सबसे बड़ा मसला टेररिज्म नहीं है. सबसे बड़ा मसला आपका in terms of lives of citizens will be climate change, global warming, air pollution. ये सारा कुछ जो एक बनता है ना, एक massive issue, वो होगा.
Under the terms of the Indus Water Treaty of 1960, India and Pakistan have been amicably sharing their water supply until recent times. The treaty assigned the western tributaries of the Indus Basin, namely Jhelum and Chenab, to Pakistan, and the eastern tributaries, Ravi, Beas and Sutlej, to India. What you'll notice about the west tributaries, though, is that they all pass through Indian-administered Kashmir before entering Pakistani territory. At the time of the agreement, it was left to good faith that India would not build dams on the upstream portions of the Jhelum and Chenab that might limit Pakistan's water supply. But the treaty wasn't designed to deal with the challenges of climate change. And with pressure on food and water security mounting, India doesn't want to be the worse-off party as water resources get scarce. In 2011, the US Senate Committee on Foreign Relations submitted a report on the potential risk of a water war over the Indus. By this point, India had submitted plans for 6 hydropower projects along the upstream portion of the Chenab River. Pakistan had expressed worries about the downstream implications of these projects, and the report confirmed their suspicions, saying that together they could be used to limit crucial water access Pakistanis needed for farming. In 2017, Prime Minister Modi's government fast-tracked these projects, which include dams, barrages and hydropower plants. Located in Indian-administered Kashmir, the total worth of the projects are estimated to be over $15 billion. Analysts have claimed the move to revoke Article 370 in 2019, thus removing Kashmir's last degree of autonomy, was in parts motivated to increase Indian security and control of their investment. Pakistan, for its part, has begun building its own dam in the parts of Kashmir that they control, with China's financial support. the Diamar Pasha Dam has been strongly criticized by India, who contend that all of Kashmir belongs to them, and therefore view it as an escalation of Pakistan's illegal occupation. Tensions between the countries are starting to rise, but with the lifeblood of both Indian and Pakistani citizens at stake, neither country is willing to back down in their race to secure the Indus. What's especially disheartening is that this is not a scenario Pakistan has brought on itself. In fact, Pakistan has contributed less than 1% to the world's greenhouse emissions. Right now, Pakistan is bearing the brunt of the pollution sourced in economically advanced countries, where the dangers of a changing climate won't be as immediately potent. Pressure needs to be mounted on our governments and our institutions to stop supporting the fossil fuel corporations that are pushing vulnerable countries like Pakistan into impossible situations. Otherwise, the consequences of their foul play will be felt by the most blameless in this struggle. Hi there, thank you for watching this video. The topic was inspired by a talk I did for Divest Imperial last year. For those of you that don't know, Divest Imperial is a student-led activism society that seeks to hold Imperial to account for their support of the fossil fuel industry and arms trade industry. If you'd like to learn more about their work, I've included the link in the description below. Thank you again for watching, and I hope to see you at the next discussion circle.